Hi, what's your concerns?
Basically, just what's going on with Brexit.
Yeah.
That's pretty,
Well,
pretty much
56% of the people in Newport voted to leave the EU in the referendum.
Same as me, yeah.
The government and the opposition are conspiring together to stop it. Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn effectively are trying to undermine the whole process of Britain leaving the EU. And
Yeah, most
fundamentally
definitely.
that's undemocratic.
How do you feel about that?
I voted for Brexit. I'm totally with it. I personally want to Britain to leave the European Union. I think it'd be best for all around, wouldn't it? Personally, if you can get trades with America, then hopefully Canada coming in as well. So
Exactly, the American government has said only this week, they're just waiting
I watched
to
it the other night.
sign a deal.
Yeah, literally, it's a matter of time, isn't it? I think we'd be better off with America than we would be with the European Union.
Well,
so
22% of our exports go to the United States alone.
Exactly,
Single
yeah.
country.
Yeah.
So there's everything to play for. We've got the whole of the British Commonwealth,
Exactly,
two and a half billion people, and the rest of the world, certainly in the Far East, is growing and growing rapidly, whereas Europe is stagnating. In fact, going backwards. Even Germany's in recession now.
is it? I didn't know that. Christ, that's not really good. Yeah, definitely.
We're actually the fastest growing large economy in Europe. We're actually kicking their asses, to be honest. And and you've seen have you seen the Yellow Vest protests in France?
No, I am.
Every weekend for 20 weeks straight, Paris has had riots.
Okay. Well, do they want to be independent as well, or do they?
I think they actually want to get rid of Macron because they don't like him that much. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I don't believe him on that one.
The French government has been pushing up the price of petrol and fuels. It's all part of their environmental policies.
Yeah.
And that's been, of course, deeply unpopular because the French economy is not in good shape. And there are a lot of people hardly managing. And same as Wales, a quarter of the people of Wales live in fuel poverty. They spend more than 10% of their income on keeping warm and keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
And yet 20% of our electricity bills are to pay for the construction of windmills all over the hills of Wales or around our coast and whatnot. And the profits from those are being extorted from the taxpayer as well as from the electricity consumer because it costs far more to generate electricity from wind, which is intermittent anyway, than it does from fossil fuels. Wales is the poorest part of the United Kingdom. It's actually being made poorer by a deliberate act of a Labour government in Wales.
Yeah, of course. Well, what do you think is going to? Do you think Britain will actually leave? Do you think they go through, or do you think it's going to be some dodgy deals going on,
What I'm saying is, if you really want Brexit to happen, you've got to vote UKIP in Newport West.
The thing is, I thought we already done a vote, and the vote went for the public voted for Brexit, and now it's just going on and on and on.
Well, that's rather the problem we have at the moment, is that Parliament doesn't actually want to deliver Brexit, despite the fact that 2/3 of the constituencies voted for it.
The public vote, but it's not really a public vote, is it? If you think about it, realistically,
The big problem is that we've got a Leave people and a Remain Parliament, because Wales voted as a whole 53% to leave the European Union, but 480 out of 650 MPs wanted to stay.
Yeah.
So Parliament doesn't represent the people. And the Welsh Assembly is the same. 49 out of 60 are Remainers.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
and every single Labour Assembly member in Cardiff, every Plaid Cymru member in Cardiff is a Remainer. And yet, when you look at where the biggest Brexit votes in Wales are, in the old mining valleys, which used to be Labour's strongest areas.
Exactly, yeah. So, well, I'll definitely be voting. What day's the voting day?
Thursday.
Yeah. Where will the polls be?
Well, it depends where you live. So,
I live around the corner, Baineswell.
Baineswell. I don't know where all the poll stations are, but it'll be
someone local.
It'll be a school or something near you.
I'll definitely be voting.
You should have a polling card that's been sent to you to tell you where.
I think I have one of the posts
where it takes place. But you can always Google it on the internet.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Anyway, great.
Nice
Have one of those then as
a
memento of our meeting. And it's great to talk to you.
Nice to meet you.
A lot.
And you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.